Hey, fellow. Nope. I keep messing it up. Hey, guys, what's up? Okay, so Pistachio, the world Pistachio. He is too. And bothering the heck out of me. So, anywho, there is a shit ton of stuff that's been going on, dude. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening as far as Disney. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I guess we should do a show. We've all but abandoned this channel for the longest time, but damn, news is coming. And it has been for a while. Even when we dropped off, Disney was falling apart. That's just
Disney 0 days without incident.
Right.
The little meme.
And of course, I was stating how lucky people were because they were in sinking Jungle Cruise boats and being evacuated from Haunted Mansion with the lights on. I mean, how much do you want that to happen? Seriously?
Yeah, no, seriously. I always loved the behind the scenes stuff. I would watch any Disney behind the scenes documentary, any history documentary I could get my hands on.
Well, so, like, there's some things though we got to talk about that were rumor. One of them we'll just get right out of the way because it's on the thumbnail, and that's Disney's on fire. The castle is burning. I remember you actually said, "Hey, you want to talk about some Disney? There's some news stories," and you went, "Did you hear the castle was on fire?" To which my reply was, "It was okay when I saw it," because I had just driven through Disney property to pick up my daughter. I sometimes go the long way just so I could pass by Disney and see the park and everything. I love Disney.
Yeah. Apparently, it was a parody article that people took seriously because it seemed too plausible.
Yeah, I mean, Disney's been falling apart. It's not like they haven't had fires. PhilharMagic got shut down because of fires. The dragon in the parade, the Maleficent dragon, caught fire.
Oh no, that's
it's fixed. It's back.
Okay.
But yeah, there have been fires before, but and this is something, if you ever get caught up in a rumor like this where you're like, oh my gosh, is it real? Is it real? No. Here's how you know when Cinderella's castle burns down to the ground like they were saying it did for a Spirit Halloween, by the way. It was a bad joke. It was a parody article with a bad joke at the end. And it wasn't bad because, oh, my stars and garters. It was bad because it was set up too wrong. It's like Disney burned down and then the punchline were too far apart. You know, after a while, you get the joke that it's a joke in the middle of the article. And by the time it goes up, you see, yeah, dude, you flood the punchline.
It seemed like a little bit of an Orson Welles War of the Worlds situation. Where it's like, oh wait, people took it seriously.
But I promise everybody in the entire freaking world, get this, with a bird on my head, if Disney's Cinderella Castle burned, we're happy. If the Disney Cinderella Castle burned down, that's worldwide freaking news, because that would mean they have to evacuate there would be deaths. An icon is destroyed. And they would have had to evacuate Disney. We would have been.
What tipped me off was none of the black pills were whining about it or gloating about it. Because they would have, if that would have been frontline news.
Yeah, I would have known.
An omen of Disney being dilapidated. The castle is now burning. Blah.
He's gonna poop on my. Yeah. Here he goes. All right. Thank you for turning around for it, though. All right.
That is why he wears that.
Actually, I could tell right now he's relaxing now. He's been crawling all over the headphones. He's finding a way to relax right now. He wants to lay down flat because that's how he sleeps. He's got a plank in his cage and he just lays down flat instead of perches. Yeah, I actually think he's calming down. But yeah, I would have been covered in smoke. My house is near enough to Disney that if the castle, but yeah, so it was completely fake. It was a parody. There you go. Another thing that is rumor. I have not yet found any confirmation, but once again, it's a rumor that could be true. And we're going to shift over to this one. Is that I heard that Bob Iger did a walkthrough of Splash Mountain, and was bored. The new Tiana's Bayou thing is boring.
The one question I have with regards to the plausibility of this story is I wasn't aware that Bob Iger makes it a point to ride the new stuff when new stuff comes to the parks.
Well, this is different. Remember, this was not born out of an idea. Nobody came to Bob Iger and said, "Hey, I've got a great idea." This was born from Twitter. This was born from Karens complaining about something they didn't understand. It came from, they were like, "Oh, Song of the South is racist." Have you seen Song of the South? The only person that has his shit together is Uncle Remus.
Yeah, the only person who knows what the frick is about anything is the black guy.
Yeah, and then the scene that was really in question is when you see the black family. They're happy and they're singing and they're having a great time. And the thing is this is Reconstruction, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't slavery. These people have been slaves, and now they're with their family for the first time maybe in years, or at least they're able to actually enjoy a dinner without somebody coming in and messing it up or telling them what to do or anything like that.
But you see, it has to be about oppression and doom and gloom and misery, because derp history.
So the wrong kind of people are getting mad, and Disney listened. This whole Tiana thing was not born out of a love for Tiana. It was born out of a love for social justice, the woke, as they say. And what gets me, so he walks through this, and it's boring. It's dull, and it really is. In Splash Mountain, you were told the cartoons. You know, you were told of how Brer Rabbit is being chased by Brer Fox and Brer Bear. And it goes through some of the stories. Not all of them. They're not about to do the Tar Baby story. But then it culminates in Brer Bear and Brer Rabbit throwing him into the Briar Patch. Because after a while, please don't throw me in the Briar Patch, please. And they find out that's their home and that's where he lives. And that's the whole point. That's the splash. But the point being is there's stakes, because all around you're watching Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox chase them, as you're also learning the animals and people that are
the folk tales.
The stories of Splash Mountain. So there are actual stakes on this particular ride. The Tiana, the storyline is she's gonna make a Mardi Gras celebration, and she needs all of the ingredients, kids. This is the plot to a child's video game.
Which, by the way, and while we were talking about this, I had the same reaction. My first thought was, why isn't this about the part of the movie where they're looking for Mama Odie and going through the bayou, and you find out the alligator wants to be a musician and blah? Like, that would have made sense.
That would have actually that would have had stakes. And by the end, you meet Marty, you meet Mama Odie. I don't know where the hill comes in. I actually thought, let's build a whole new ride for Tiana and make Splash Mountain once around the river bend for Polka freaking Hannes.
Well, yeah,
it makes sense, because even in that, she goes over a waterfall in that song.
Yeah, wasn't there also a segment in the bayou wandering in Princess and the Frog where they're being chased by some Cajuns? That could be a thing.
That could have been part of it. Yeah, they're trying to catch. But I actually, when we were talking about this before, I actually thought of the fact that they missed the glaring omission of ideas. Instead of destroying Splash Mountain, which everybody loved, right across from you got Tom Sawyer's Island,
which nobody cares, or has not cared for the last 50 years at least.
Right, but Tom Sawyer's Island, you make the first part New Orleans, you make, and then you go through when you're in the bayou. You can even have a ride, because there's a Western fort, or like a Union fort that you could go and explore. Cover it, make it a ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could have done that entire island is the bayou, and the ride could have been the chase. But point being, you could have tied it into the movie rather than make it something different. And also, one thing that a lot of people are mad about is they painted a modern mural on it. So I have no doubt that this is going to be one big social justice lesson.
Yeah,
It looks
the
horrible.
George Floyd-ism of it all.
Yeah, the mural is modern. It's not 1920s like the Princess and the Frog was.
Yeah, it's not set in Gilded Age New Orleans, which it should be.
Yeah, so that is one of the big misses. And what gets me is the only by the way, Japan is owned Disney Japan is owned by a Japanese company. So when all this came about, the Japanese company went, yeah, no, we're keeping Splash Mountain. It's a favorite ride.
Based.
Yeah. And so that didn't happen. But we sacrificed one of the greatest rides, if not the greatest ride in Magic Kingdom, to the woke. And that it's horrible.
And we didn't even put any thought or effort into the replacing.
No.
Not only could you have done something interesting with the whole Bayou concept, I still to this day don't know why they don't do a tiki room style attraction, but with Facilier's tarot parlor.
That would be awesome.
And you could have the masks and the friends on the other side animated, and you could even maybe behind it have a graveyard thing and do a kind of smaller version of Haunted Mansion where the friends on the other side are exacting their price and doing the "Are you ready?" when Facilier fails them and so on. Like that could be a really cool attraction.
Yeah,
but no.
But they're talking about redoing Adventureland into New Orleans, so maybe they'll do that at Country Bear because nobody likes Country Bears.
Yeah, maybe.
Who loves Country Bears?
Because maybe this is just me being weird, but I can usually when I see a movie like that, I can see a segment where it's like, okay, if I were an Imagineer, I would focus on this as a ride, or I would turn this into for example. Why isn't there? I know they're just barely getting into the whole adapting Marvel stuff for the parks and stuff for Disney, but why isn't there a funhouse style thing, like a really big elaborate funhouse that is like the many alternate dimensions of Doctor Strange or something, like a mirror dimension style funhouse attraction?
We have a guest. Hey, Maranya, how's it going? She's saying stop listening to the meddling Karens on the internet. People, this is valid rule for everyone to follow. Yeah, no kidding. But I think that is how Disney rides used to function. And great, they always did what do you call it? A symmetry. Alice in Wonderland made it into Disneyland because Alice in Wonderland was out at the time. Peter Pan had just been released. So a lot of the rides that were chosen because they were very close to the movies.
Yeah, and you made attractions that put people in the movie, basically.
We got Cinderella's Castle, but Disneyland, which was done in the 50s, has Sleeping Beauties. Guess what movie was closer?
Because Sleeping Beauty was literally just coming out at the time,
And so I understand that there's always been some symmetry. So, and I think, you know what? Disney needs an upgrade. When I heard they were going to put in a Tiana ride, I was actually very excited. When I heard they were going to remove Splash Mountain, I was like, you guys are freaking stupid.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, sometimes it can make sense. Like trading out Maelstrom for a Frozen ride. That makes perfect sense.
That doesn't make sense to the Norwegian kids that work there. Epcot, everybody's got their culture, and Chinese kids are brought over from China to work in the Chinese pavilion. Same with Canada, same with England. And then you've got Norway, and Frozen takes place in Arendelle. And they don't like that because you used to have something cultural, and now it's it's Frozen.
But speaking of World Showcase, why isn't the New Orleans of Princess and the Frog part of the American Pavilion? Because here's the thing about America. It's not a monoculture. We have regions of America. You could almost do you could do an American showcase that would just be different parts of America.
Yeah, a lot of people actually that do not live in America have no idea how big America is. And you can make fun of Americans because you only speak English. We speak 3 languages. That's because if you travel 1,000 miles, you might go through 3 different countries. Here, if I'm in Florida, if I drove 1,000 miles, I might make it to Georgia. You know, I definitely wouldn't make it to you. I think that's like 13,000 miles. We're 13,000 miles away.
Yeah, it's 8 hours, I think, down. Like if we're going straight, God forbid if you pause to sleep in the middle.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I was about to say 8 hours is without any sleep or food breaks or whatever. Oh, hey, you left the house.
Yeah, it's more like 12 or 14 at this. In general.
Almost 6 days without internet, not fun. But I'm back again and hearing this about Disney. This must be a day that ends in Y. Well, yeah, watch it from the beginning. There was rumors it was on fire.
Disney is 0 days without incidents, as usual.
There you go. You're a good boy. Yeah. Pistachio is 2. You know that he's rambunctious, and for a little bit he was chilled. Hopefully he will be again. I don't think it'll be soon.
He just hasn't found his show rhythm yet. He'll get there.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, he's been cathartic for me since I still see in my head. I see Twiddles being taken by the Falcon anytime I walk outside, and there'll be times where I'll actually just, oh my God, I don't cry as much as I did, because I did over my
but it's still there. It's still fresh.
It's still there and occasional. But what gets me now is he'll do stuff like Twiddles did, and that'll just be that's just so cute. And but there you go. Now he's gonna go to the earpiece and start eating it. But the whole Tiana thing, there was so many things they could have done and saved the Splash Mountain, the ride that everybody loved. But
why don't you just build new stuff? It's not like Disney is at any disadvantage when it comes to property. The land is there for you to build on, and it's not like half the park hasn't sat open for decades. There
are plans that it looks so massive, and judging by how slow they travel now, I may never see. But they're talking about making a villain land behind the Big Thunder Mountain and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see. We'll see.
Honestly, I would put the villain land next to Haunted Mansion, because that's the spooky.
You would think
adjacent part of Disney. It would make sense.
You would, but then again, we would have put Tiana's Bayou Adventure on the actual freaking island.
Or broaden the American part of the World Showcase or something. Like there's so many, and I'm still, by the way, speaking of aborted ideas that would make entire sense, I'm still waiting on Beastly Kingdom. Beastly Kingdom is one of the greatest ideas I've ever heard that Disney was planning.
You're never gonna see Beastly Kingdom. Instead, you got Avatar, dude, which, by the way, was awesome. It is a great land. It's got a great ride and a mediocre boat ride, but I
still think Beastly Kingdom would have been a better use of that money.
Now we're gonna get a little bit serious here. We're doing a live stream today, ladies and gentlemen. We're capturing a lot of news we haven't talked about. If you do bounce off a little bit, these will be released in individual. But let me share out. This is kind of bad. This is bad. There's not any kind of to it. But apparently there was a woman who went into a restaurant here at Disney's Raglan Road. It's an Irish pub. Me and Gail have eaten there before. It's not like it was food poisoning. This isn't a oh my gosh, you ate there. You could have died. Well, actually, I could have if they did this. Well, no, I couldn't have. I have an aversion, not really an allergy. But so this thing talks about the family says that Miss Tungsten had severe allergy to nuts and dairy. See where this is going? When they spoke to their waiter at Raglan Road, they said she made these allergies very clear. The waiter even went over the menu with them. If you've got allergies, or in my case, like I said, it's an aversion. I'll say I have an aversion to onions. My daughter is what do you call it, lactose intolerant, and they will go through everything and even offer, if they can fix it without what bothers you, they will. God dang it, Bert.
Mm-hmm. If they remember. Is the big issue.
Well, that's what happened. She's then ordered the broccoli and corn fritters, the vegan shepherd's pie, scallop, and onion rings when the food arrived. She again confirmed that the food was free of nuts and dairy. She was told that it was. When the waiter returned with this is the quotes. When the waiter returned with the Connaught porn, some of the items did not have the allergen-free flags in them. And once again, she questioned the waiter, who once again guaranteed the food's been being delivered with allergen-free. Disney advertisers and represents to the public that food allergies, the accommodation of persons with food allergies, is a top priority at its parks. This is a little bit of, I'm going to say this, and I might come off as the bad guy. This is a little bit of her fault. Every time I've said, you know, I have my own onion allergy, it's always come with a flag, and every time if it came with a flag. If it didn't come with one, I would be like,
check in.
You got to tell them, and you got to tell them I don't feel safe with this. You know, just like if the food came cold, this one didn't come with an allergen flag, so you can't eat it. While the Walt Disney World website does say that its chef will work with guests to make allergy-friendly meals, and they will. I'm going to back them up on this. It also makes clear that there's only one kitchen and they cannot guarantee that there is no cross-contamination. Bullshit! If you don't want it, yeah, they can. They can absolutely make sure that they're not using the same spoon for peanut chicken and the food that they absolutely can.
It's also just basic kitchen structure and etiquette. Like, if you've ever seen any Food Network show or anything that relates to a professional kitchen, you know that they work in stations. The saucier works over here, the master chef works over here, the dessert person works over here, etc., and so on. And given that most professional kitchens, and I'm not going to allow that Disney is not a professional kitchen environment,
so
given the way most professional kitchens work, you could absolutely have a station set up just for, okay, if someone comes in with an allergy, it's your job to prepare whatever food they need prepared without any allergens in it.
They do a word salad. Guests must speak to cast member about their allergy-friendly requests while we take steps to help mitigate cross-contact. We cannot guarantee that any item is completely free of allergens. Our allergy-friendly recipes may use highly refined oils such as soybean oil and or ingredients that are processed in facilities that also possess allergens. It is ultimately our guest discretion to make an informed choice based upon their individual dietary needs. For more information about allergy-friendly, okay, so you go and you talk to them. And once again, anytime I've had a problem, I go and I say I've got an allergy. Because you will put me to freaking sleep. That is the truth. If I have too much onion, I'm knocked out. I guess if I ate too much, I could die, but I've never gotten that point.
You've gotten to the point of being on the toilet for the next 8 hours.
That actually happens as well. I kind of and then I fall or I fall asleep, and then later that night I'm having a very, very bad night. I had the worst I had. I went with my wife to Hard Rock Hotel at Universal, and we both ordered the pot pie. Or no, I ordered the pot pie. She ordered something different. And it was really good. And I'm like, wow, is that like shredded chicken? What am I feeling here? Because I wasn't tasting it. And they go, oh, that's onion. There was no mention of onion on the menu. When they were talking what was in it, it was chicken, it was carrots, it was celery, it was all of the ingredients, but the sauce was with very, very fine chopped onions. And I was amazed because I was eating it and I was like, it's got a flavor I can't identify, but I didn't get, because onion has a very distinct, and it had been cooked. And I often say I can have chili, and if the onion has been reduced, I can have some, but if I have too much, I'm going to get really sick. And the thing is they had chopped those, they reduced them, but they chopped them so fine that there were so many in there that I ate this, and I thought it would tasted good. But
condensed onion, basically.
Yeah, but I started
Onion
feeling
concentrate.
sick, and by the time we got home, it was everybody out 2 exits. So,
oh no!
Yeah. By the way, they did actually give us a free meal. We were able to go back and have a complimentary meal, onion free. So I appreciated that. Let's see. The lawsuit goes on to say that Mrs. Tengson's husband went back to their hotel with the leftovers while his wife and mother went shopping at Disney Springs. 2 women reportedly split up, and it was during this time that the unimaginable happened. Approximately 45 minutes after eating a meal, she was in Planet Hollywood when she began to have a medical episode. The lawsuit states that she collapsed in the store because she was experiencing an allergic reaction. She gave herself a shot from her EpiPen, but it was too late, and she later died. Ooh. The medical examiner lists Mrs. Tungson's cause of death as anaphylaxis. It's a severe allergic reaction that can only be treated by taking a shot of epinephrine. However, the person must then get to an emergency room as quickly as possible. So there you go.
I hope that this family got compensated like a mother.
Yeah, well, that's what they're trying to get right there. But the thing is it's kind of an eye opener. It's one of those things where you absolutely have to make it clear, and you do have to do your own due diligence. I think if somebody says they're allergic to peanuts or something, Disney absolutely has the power to make sure that no peanuts or no spoon that is touched a peanut goes into somebody else's meal. That being said, don't order a big ass pot pie if it says there's a ton of onions, which I wouldn't have. You know, if you don't order chicken satay from a Thai restaurant if you're allergic to peanuts. That's peanut chicken, by the way. So she wanted a meal that she should not have had. That's what I'll let Disney off on, because she wanted a risk. It's like going to Japan and ordering blowfish. We all know you can die from it. Why the f are you trying to eat it?
Yeah, let's not act as though you can defang literally everything. But that being said, there is also this simple phrase that I think Disney has been slacking on, that everyone should know, which is the customer is always right.
Yep. Well, the customer was wrong in this case. I mean, look, I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve the or her family doesn't deserve the compensation. I'm not saying that they shouldn't win this lawsuit, because ultimately Disney should have then gone, no peanuts everywhere until we're done making this. You know, that kind of thing. They should have made sure. But it was also, she should have watched out for herself, and she didn't. That's just the way of things. I went to Universal, another Universal thing. I went to Universal with my brother, and they didn't list onions as one of the ingredients. I love, I think it's called pappardelle or something like that. It's noodles with tomatoes and asparagus, all sorts of vegetables in there. It's kind of like a butter noodle thing with a light cream sauce. It's wonderful. I love it. And I took a scoop of the noodles, and on the bottom they put all the onions, and I just and I remember, right, I almost threw up on a kid coming out of the bathroom. And yeah, I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Eric and Boyd? Yeah, this is our Disney channel. We all but abandoned it, but today we're talking about some of the news that had passed, and we're gonna hopefully be able to do this. But sometimes we can only get together one day at a time for a week.
We've been playing phone tag for the past week to try and get something out.
So we're gonna go through a couple of articles today, and that was that one. So there you go. But I feel bad, because ultimately, do you mind getting your butt out of my freaking face? Thank you. Ultimately, you know, this is a family that went to have Disney vacation. They wanted to have a good time, and unfortunately tragedy struck. I am asking a Captain Obvious question. My bad. No worries, no worries. All righty. What should we talk about? Hey, did you hear that? I just saw this article, and I could see it because this shit has been going on over and over. Let me see where it is. Where it is. No contest. The Magic Kingdom is Walt Disney's worst park. I have been seeing this kind of stuff. I have been seeing this kind of stuff a lot recently, Dalton. There's been actual guest polls where fans of theme park fans like myself have been voting Magic Kingdom lower and lower. Disney is falling to Universal. Universal's really making out at this point.
Yeah, Universal is kicking rear and taking names.
Let's see. Onions are a base for many, many dishes, so they are hard to avoid. If I ever make my mom's traditional tomato sauce, I'll have to sadly leave them. Well, actually, you don't have to. If you reduce them down to like they're clear, I can have some.
How are you with garlic? Because garlic is a thing that can easily.
Garlic is in the onion family. Garlic knocks me the fuck out. It's the same thing, but garlic is good, so I take the garlic bullet a lot more than I do.
So it's the entire allium family that you have an issue with, then shallots,
bell peppers.
The whole bit.
Yeah, there's certain peppers. Garlic is one of them, but garlic is so good.
Is it the actual like cellulose of like anything fibrous and planty that you have an issue with? Because
I'm not like allergic to all vegetables, but yeah, there was a chef that actually broke it down in a hot dog food truck at Disney, by the way. So I don't know why, but onions. He goes, here's why, and he explained it to me. Yeah, and I thought that was kind of funny. Thank you. And then he made my hot dog without onions. Magic Kingdom is a land where fairy tales full of adventures, heartwarming nostalgia, and your favorite animated characters come to life. Opened in 1971. Hey, 1 year after me. The park was designed to bring the success of Disneyland Resort in California to the East Coast. It was built to place guess word salad, guys. Get to it. Magic Kingdom is also central to what we think about when we hear Disney. That is true, by the way. A lot of people, it's kind of like Star Wars. If I tell you I watched Star Wars last night and you ask me which one, I know you're a kid. I know you're young. Like if I said, hey, Maranya, I watched Star Wars the other night. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. And that's the way it is with Magic Kingdom. You say Disney, people think Magic Kingdom.
That's what they're not picturing Epcot or Animal Kingdom or anything. They're picturing Cinderella Castle, fantasy creatures, and fairy tales, and the whole bit. Yeah.
And it, by the way, was Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Did you know that Disneyland is named Disneyland? Now seriously, you're gonna do this to me? You're gonna do this? I'm trying to take a drink. You put your there you go. All right.
The comedy timing of Englantina.
But they wanted to make sure that because by the time it was built, Walt was dead, and they wanted to honor him, so they named it Walt Disney's World, or Walt Disney World. So there you go. Little fact you may not know. Timeless Tales from the Old West, historical accounts of it. You were already on a cup. I want this one. Dang it. All right. Timeless Tales from the Old West, historical accounts of American infancy, a glimpse into what tomorrow could have looked like. Give us a peek into who Walt Disney was and what he loved. By the way, Maranya, I'm sure knows this, but here's the thing. And did you know this? Walt Disney World was designed after the Mickey Mouse Club. Kind of. If you ever watched the Mickey Mouse Club, they had like Western Day and Science Day or whatever it was. I would have to watch again, of course, to remember. I thought I was there. Adventure Day, and they would actually theme things around it, and that's why you have the themed lands. Synergy, ladies and gentlemen.
That was the reason why.
Uh-huh.
I said I didn't know that was the reason why.
Yeah, but there you go. That he did that with the Mickey Mouse Club as well, and it works because for a long time you were not supposed to, I don't know if it's the same thing, except for when you go to work a parade. If you are in Adventureland, you cannot go into Frontierland. If you are in Fantasyland, you can't go into Liberty Square. You know, everybody had to stay in their location because you can never break the illusion. And that's also why now they stopped doing this. That's also why they would build walls and the buildings would be a certain height. So you couldn't look up and see something
to obscure the differences between
the only thing you can see from every land would be the castle. All right, that's for Disney World. I don't know how Disneyland has been done. The collective gasps of everyone reading. Okay, hold on. Like, give us a peek into Walt Disney, who he was and what he loved. It's a beautiful design park, but also the worst one in Walt Disney World. The collective gasp of everyone reading that last sentence were palatable. I can see the angry comments already, but I stand by what I said. Okay, this is a opinion piece. This isn't one of the polls. Let's start by saying this. Magic Kingdom isn't a lousy theme park, but it only holds up when you compare certain faculties of other Disney-based entertainment in other parks. Not just entertainment either. There are several other reasons why Epcot, Disney Animal Kingdom, or even Disney's Hollywood Studios are superior parks to Walt Disney's flagship location. Okay. Epcot's number 1, Animal Kingdom is number 2, Magic Kingdom is number 3, and Hollywood Studios is number 4. Hollywood Studios is being gutted, in my opinion. Of course, I'm excluding all Disney water parks from the conversation, so let's go ahead and get ahead of this. Concerning rides, most would consider the Magic Kingdom to be geared toward a younger demographic. That isn't to say that there aren't iconic rides at Magic Kingdom, but many are lacking because they are quickly becoming outdated. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Not the bird, but the... no, I'm sorry. Look, I do understand this a little bit. There are some things that they need to change up.
They need to be upgraded, maybe, but they're not. But you're never going to outgrow Haunted Mansion or Pirates or
even It's a Small World.
Like, but I can see the point of you need to up the technology, you need to up the production values, you need to clean everything and make sure everything is tip-top shape. Like, those things need to be upgraded and updated so that they're still as cutting edge today as they were when they were made. And in a lot of cases, that's not the case anymore. In a lot of cases, things are being left to basically rot, more or less, and that's why you have so many technical issues.
That's the next paragraph. My last visit to Magic Kingdom included 5 different ride systems breaking down, the majority of which were dark rides. Pirates Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Winnie Pooh, It's a Small World, and the Buzz Lightyear. All of these are old rides that could be outdated. I wouldn't say outdated, but definitely they need to be upgraded, like you said. Buzz Lightyear may be the most timely of all of those, and I don't think it's very timely. But it was based on a cartoon, not the movie. Therefore, it's like, wait a second, what is all this? Also, I think the technology is very old, so you could change it up. But Winnie the Pooh goes through the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Haunted Mansion, it will never, as you said, neither will Pirates. The worst thing they do, the Pirates, and they made it timely now, is have the redhead be a pirate selling chickens. Like the pirates can't steal the fucking chickens. Because
God forbid we show pirates doing bad things.
Yeah. The reason it was bad when they were selling the redhead, you know, you're not being bad by basically opening a KFC in Pirate Land. There need to be more ride options for excitement at the Magic Kingdom. You know, and that's how you get Tron, which seems so out of place. At first I was excited for it, but when I went and I looked at it,
belongs in Hollywood Studios or Epcot or something, not Magic Kingdom. Because
when I looked at it,
Magic Kingdom is supposed to be, it's in the name, it's on the tin, magical.
When I looked at it, I looked at it and went, it's a roller coaster, and that is sad. If put your roller coasters indoors, make something of them. Look, you got an outdoor roller coaster with Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, but you know what? It doesn't look like a roller coaster. It looks like a mountain with a train going through it. And that's the thing. Space Mountain's inside. Splash Mountain, which was the greatest ride ever, was a log flume ride, but it looked like a mountain you rode through.
Yeah.
But Tron looks like a roller coaster. It doesn't look like anything in particularly special.
And here's the other thing. Why does every new ride need to be a roller coaster? Why can't you do a spin on a like old school funhouse, but extra big and extra high tech and extra oomphy because Disney? Why can't you do different shows and animatronic attractions and stuff? Why does everything need to be a thrill ride? Not saying that you shouldn't have any element of thrill in just about everything, but it seems like new ride in modern parlance means new roller coaster, and I don't understand.
Universal said they're going to be for the 10 to 20 crowd or 10 to 30 crowd, and they stopped making rides for families. And it would be horrible for Disney to do that. As a matter of fact, Maranya here is saying this. Why do they need more ride options? What about those of us who are mobility challenged with motion sickness? That's one of the things. Look, when they redid Fantasyland, they made the Little Mermaid ride, which is very much a classical Disney ride. It's wonderful. I like it. I have problems with it. The dead eyes of Little Mermaid, there was one day where I'm riding it and Ursula's head fell off. But that is what we were talking about for a long time now. The disrepair that Magic Kingdom has fallen into.
Dilapidated.
Yeah. To be honest, Mirage says, I didn't quite get the connection of Frontierland to the Mickey Mouse Club show, but doomed. But damned if it doesn't make good advertising sense. But yeah, they had actually the Western Roundup. The Wednesday, I think, was Western Day. That's why you got Frontierland, because I guess that sounds more like Western Land.
Well, at least partially it was also to compete against Knott's Berry Farm, because Knott's Berry Farm is right next to Disneyland.
It says, I know Magic Kingdom houses the most attractions compared to the other parks, but let's not ignore that 3 of them are the same ride system. There are several attractions, if you can call them rides, that are carnival caliber. Many of these can be found in New Fantasyland, which most thought would enhance the park. What am I trying to say? She just said carnival rides, Alice in Wonderland's Teacups, the Dumbo ride, Aladdin, those kind of things are the only ones really.
But
dining,
okay. But I mean, that's one thing we could certainly say. Instead of doing carnival-based rides, Disney should have the creativity and ambition to do carnival rides on the next level. Like, take the basic carnival ride concept and amp it up so that it is something that only Disney could do. I could see that argument.
I was born in 1962, not 1952. I see the show live or in. Okay. Did I say that she saw the show live? Suppose you're not we're going to talk about dining at Magic Kingdom. Suppose you're not in the mood for a few unique snack options, Italian food slightly better than your local chain restaurant, or everything fried. In that case, Magic Kingdom is going to leave you disappointed. Okay. Right there, they're talking about Tony's Town Square, which is, you walk in, it's right there, man. It is probably in the best place any restaurant could ever be in. Immediately, the first thing you see as you walk into Magic Kingdom, and that restaurant sucks. That I took my family there, and the tomato sauce, Maranya, you would be very, very offended by this restaurant. The tomato sauce, it tasted like it came out of a can. It was horrible. You know what I'm talking about. If you have, even jar is better, but if you have tomato sauce out of a can, it's got that tinny taste to it.
Because the actual flavor of the can has infused into the thing.
It's one of the, you know what, I'm going to tier list Disney restaurants but that I've been to. But that was such a bad, a horrible experience. When I go to Italian restaurants, very rarely do I get the spaghetti or anything like that. I like to sea bass. What is it called? A branzini. those kind of things appeal to me. But if it's a good sauce, sure, why not? My wife loves it. That's where that's why I tasted that. But it was not good. That's what they're talking about there. Now, what we're looking at is Casey's Corner. It is one of the most popular spots in Disney, and it's a hot dog shop. A lot of people love these hot dogs. I think they're soft. I like pop to my hot dog. They're okay. And sometimes they'll have special things where they put all sorts of weird shit over the hot dog. I think Universal wins. They've got a baseball themed hot dog shop that just is amazing.
Well, I think that's the upshot. The one place that Universal is kicking Disney's butt is theming and immersion. I think somewhere along the way, the modern day Imagineers have lost the plot when it comes to theming and immersion.
Maranya, I would say it beat out Chef Boyardee. So it says the dining. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can't do this. They've got Tony's Town, the Crystal Palace, the Plaza Restaurant, the Skipper's Cantina, Belle's Be Our Guest, and Cinderella's Castle. There's a name for it, but it's escaping me right now. I've eaten everywhere.
The Royal Kitchen, maybe?
No, it's I just forgot. Cinderella's Royal Table, I think it was.
There we go.
The worst was the Italian restaurant. The second would be Cinderella's. It's the most expensive. It's the one that's hardest to get a reservation to. But the food that you get is so pedestrian. They know that they're going to get reservations. I think they just don't care. After that, I have to go with the Crystal Palace. Mediocre food, high price. The Winnie the Pooh and the characters, that's the draw. Let's see. Now we're getting on to the three good ones. Be Our Guest would be the next on it. It's one more time. It's just too expensive for what you get. Once again, being in there is awesome because it really does look like the castle
atmosphere. Yeah,
but there is one room. It's like they did the ballroom, and that's the main dining hall. And you could go get the West Wing. By the way, Martin Sheen, nowhere to be found. But they've got another room, which is basically a white room. And it's like, wait, what the? And if you get stuck there, it's like, why did I come here?
Why did the theming stop?
Yeah, it's like they blew their budget. I don't know.
Which again, why is Universal so much more popular than Disney? It's because when you go to Universal, you actually feel like you're in the world of the movies or the shows or the comics that you're supposed to be in.
The Be Our Guest is good. It's just overpriced. And once again, what happens sometimes is if a restaurant is really popular, they tend to rest on their laurels. Thank you. So it's good, but it's not great. Now, the next two are great. Oh, wait, I forgot about Liberty Tree Tavern, but you know what? It's above these anyway. From Be Our Guest, what didn't I mention? Oh, the Plaza Restaurant would be next. It's kind of a sandwich shop with milkshakes and the whole 9 yards. You can eat a sandwich sometimes and it'll blow your freaking mind. It's like, it's a sandwich. How is their grilled cheese? If they can't do a decent grilled cheese, that is actually a rule I follow also. You gotta get a really simple food, and if they do it great, you know it's going to be a great restaurant. This one was a BLT. And me and my wife, we got the corned beef. What do you call those with a rye bread? Reuben. We got a Reuben and we got the BLT. We had them cut both of them in half and then serve it to us. You know, each of us getting a half of each sandwich. And that BLT, I bit into it. It was like that light of God shines down, like the Blues Brothers. I believe it was so good. The Reuben was good, but that BLT haunts me. They don't have it anymore, but it haunts me. I want that BLT again. So yeah, it's just a simple sandwich shop, but they make great sandwiches. Then I've got to go over to what else was left? It was that, and then it was Liberty Tree, and then the Skipper's Canteen. I got to go over to Liberty Tree, which is in Liberty Square. It's Americana. It looks like New England. Maranya would notice the architecture and everything, I'm sure. And it basically serves Thanksgiving. It is so
Which,
good.
how can you go wrong with?
Yeah, it
with
is. It is. It
Thanksgiving
is
dinner
good.
and all
It
of this
really
shit?
is good. But the best one is Skipper's Canteen. Um, it is basically a bunch of the theme to this, and you talk about theming. This is themed. It's a whole bunch of retired skippers who now work at this restaurant, and the humor that is in the Jungle Cruise ride goes over to the restaurant, and
That's how
there's
you do it. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot to look at. The staff is playing around with you. It's
I
enjoyable.
assume very seafood focused menu because
It does have seafood, but what it's more focused on is you go down like the Nile. So you've got Egyptian.
so like
You go down the rainforest. What's that river?
Amazon.
The Amazon River. And so they've got food from all of these different places from around the world.
That's
and it
neat.
is so it's amazing. Anyway, I spent a lot of time on this. Sorry, let me go through. The dining options in this park are virtually non-existent. Did it sound like, by me talking, did it sound like, granted, you've got 3 really great ones, 1 mediocre, and 3 bad ones. But
well, if I ever end up going back, I know where to get food now.
Yeah, if you don't mind some exotic stuff, Skipper's Canteen is it. Or you get the Thanksgiving. The dining options,
I was gonna say I lean more towards the wanting really good Thanksgiving. Although I am tempted to go to the sandwich place just to see how their grilled cheese is. Because if you can't get a grilled cheese sandwich right, there is something deeply wrong with you.
So the few decent options are complicated to secure, and the emphasis on the decor outweighs the quality of eats. That's definitely beating the beast. Snack carts and popcorn trolleys are everywhere, but if you want a solid dining experience, you must hit the monorail. I get it. Corn dog nuggets are delicious. Dole Whip is a must-have, and sugary treats make up the perfect Disney day. But if we're honest, the best food at Walt Disney World is miles away from the Magic Kingdom. Epcot and Disney Springs come to mind. But you're in Disney, you dumbass, when thinking of better options. Still, the truth is, even its surrounding resorts outshine the flagship parks, that providing vastly superior food opportunities. Disney Hollywood Studios and Disney Animal Kingdom. As far as culinary, Animal Kingdom's at the top of all of them. Well, no, Epcot and then Animal Kingdom.
Honestly, though, if I ever go again, I'm gonna have to have a day where all I eat is sweets because I can't. All of the sweets we have covered on this channel.
Dalton, I gotta tell you something, man. I wish I could take you. I know we're moving in that.
Yeah, you guys are moving, and there's probably no way I'd ever get it back down there again.
But I would take you on a cupcake run. I did that with my family once. We went around the monorail to Contemporary, to Grand Floridian, to the Polynesian. Then we took a boat over to the Fort Wilderness, and all we did was compare cupcakes.
Yeah,
It was
at least 2 days of whatever trip I would have to go on would have to be food related, because there would have to be one day where I just eat all the savory stuff, and then one day where it's all desserts all the time. Because
I'm trying to read Maranya's comment, little boy. I'm trying to read Maranya what she has to say. Ow, bitch! What the freaking heck? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? That was an actual bite. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. No, you have no idea why I'm yelling, do you? You really just have you. I can't stay mad at you. Come here, boy. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. There you go. All right. The restaurant at the Magic Kingdom selection count on lazy visitors, to go to them because of location. They don't have to try as hard. Yeah, that is actually, I believe, a true fact. Especially when they're more popular, I think they just rest. That's my rule when evaluating ice cream. If the brand nails chocolate and vanilla, then the other flavors should be equally as good. Well, that's always the base. Do it again, pistachio. That's always the base for whatever. Okay, so for entertainment, this person's saying I'll accept defeat early on in this category is Happily Ever After is the granddaddy of nighttime. It's a beautiful fireworks show. I believe the fireworks at Magic Kingdom should be the last thing anyone does on their Disney vacation because it will bring you back again. It's just that good. Sometimes more than rides and foods are needed to fill our days. We need other entertainment, although I do appreciate the staples of the Magic Kingdom, such as the Hall of Presidents. The majority of amusement needs to be improved compared to other parks, except maybe Hollywood Studios at the moment. Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor is cute for the first time. But much like older rides, the show value, I agree with the laugh floor. It's good for kids. If you got kids, kids love it though.
When we went, we did laugh floor, and my mom got focused in on by the Jumbotron thing, and it was hilarious because she was not expecting it at all, and me and my brothers were just sitting there laughing our freaking ass off while she embarrassed herself.
Here she brings up parking, and the whole point was you would park, you would get on the monorail, you would go to the park, and it was supposed to transport you to somewhere different. A lot of people hate it because you can't just go in. And I'm not one of them. I love riding on the monorail or taking the ferry boat. I do like the extra, but yeah, even Gail is not a fan. Do you mind? Do you mind? Do you mind? Yeah. Stop. The other parks don't have the, yeah, but there you go. I can't argue about the parking. Let's see. In closing, assuming you've kept reading this far, it's not that Magic Kingdom is a bad park. It's a lovely place where we can escape the cruel realities of the real world. Actually, it's gotten lean and mean.
Yeah.
But I would challenge you to place the 4 parks in order from your favorite to least favorite. I did at the beginning. What they've done to Hollywood studios with the additions of Star Wars and Toy Story, they've stopped making it the studio of the 1950s. I don't know. It just seems like the charm is out of it now. And yeah.
I think if I learned any lesson from this article, it's that theming and immersion are everything to me with regards to these kind of experiences. And I'm sure I'm not alone, especially among the younger generation, because we have grown up in a world where, you know, CGI is in every movie and stylization is in, or should at least be in, everything. So I think that, especially for the modern, you know, the millennials and the Zoomers and the Gen Alphas, immersion and spectacle and theming are everything. And that's one of the reasons why Universal is kicking Disney's ass, because they are caked in immersion. From everything I've ever seen from Universal, it's just caked in immersion. I wish we could have gone when we were down there, but my mom realized that because Universal and Disney are different, they weren't included in our admission ticket to Disney, so we didn't end up doing the I think if I was to go again, I would probably focus mostly on Universal.
As far as immersion is concerned, the best is Animal Kingdom. When you're in Asia, it looks like Asia. When you're in Avatar, it looks like Pandora. You know, they really do make sure that you are feeling.
Yeah, it does seem like they focused quite a lot on updating Animal Kingdom. I wish that the other parks got the same treatment.
And the entertainment, by the way, there is on this channel, there's a video about I went to Animal Kingdom, and there's this woman who she was picking and playing. The day was sweltering, and she's singing an African song. One of the most beautiful things I've ever experienced at a theme park. It was just fantastic. Having tech detoxed for the most part of it, a few days, people need to slow down and appreciate the experience rather than be constantly bombarded. One thing I hate about Disney these days is they've got this thing, the lightning lane and stuff. It keeps you on your phone. I used to tell the kids, put the electronics down, put your game down, put your phone down. We're not doing that. We're at Disney to have fun with a family. Put your phone down. And now everybody's got to have their phone. It's ridiculous. It really is. Okay. Do you mind if we go to the lighter side of life a little bit after talking about, Okay. So there's a major change to Mary Poppins. This person says it's something that I actually didn't realize. It says major change made to discriminatory Mary Poppins 60 years later. Blah, blah, blah. Mary Poppins is great. She's wonderful. Not only is Mary Poppins full of fun and great messages, but it also full of incredible music. Who doesn't love to sing along to Spoonful of Sugar, Chimchurri, Supercalifragilistic? I have the same favorite song as Walt Disney, Tuppence.
Yeah, the Tuppence song is really moving. Yeah, it's
been 60 years since Mary Poppins was released, but it is popular now as it was then. It seems so classically Disney, a pure story. It's my second favorite movie of all time. However, one film board recently decided that maybe the movie wasn't as innocent and wholesome as we thought. And on Friday, February 23rd, 3rd, the British Board of Film Classifications changed its rating from U for Universal to PG.
What?
So basically, it went from G to PG.
I don't. How? Why? What? What could you? What?
Look,
what could
I
you
know
possibly
there's
find?
been a pussification in America. This is, by the way, is England, though. But there's been a pussification of children over the last few years that is amazing. You guys are going to freaking laugh. There's no way not to laugh at this. I've read this article, by the way.
Hey.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am confused because I can't think of a single thing that could.
You may be wondering, what the heck? And Mary Poppins made the board think that this film's rating should be changed. A spokesperson for BBFC spoke to Variety and said that the film had a derogatory term, which was used twice in the movie.
What?
Mary Poppins has 2 uses of the discriminatory term Hottentots.
What?
While Mary Poppins has historical context, the use of discriminatory language is not condemned and ultimately exceeds our guidelines for acceptable language at G, or U for England. We therefore classify this film as PG for discriminatory language because they are dancing around like a bunch of Hottentots.
What in the name of all things sane is wrong with you people? What the? Seriously, what in? What?
Hottentot. According to Oxford Reference, Hottentot was a derogatory created in the 17th century by white Europeans. It was used as a slur towards Khoi, a nomadic people from South Africa.
That no longer even exists.
How woke do you have to freaking be? I'm sure they, you know what? I'm sure the people of Khoi are now going, what now? Mary Poppins? We love that movie. What are you talking about?
Also, see also the 17th century. That's 400 years, you moron.
Right now, yeah, Khoi is like, what the fuck are you talking about? We don't have it. We have real problems here. Mary Poppins is not one of them.
400 years, and you're still like, this is 10-year level offense archaeology here. 400 years since this was even a slur, and yet you apparently get offended by it. It
wasn't a South African slur when this movie was made.
I can't just like you would have to have a doctorate in cross-disciplinary offense taking to even know that niche factoid.
Somebody was looking for something to complain about and they found it. In Mary Poppins, the term was used by Admiral Boom, the bank's next door neighbor, to describe the chimney sweeps whose faces were covered in black soot. Oh my stars and garters, they're Hottentots. This is not the first time that Disney has been re-examined because of the blatant race. It's not blatant. Nobody fucking cares. Films like Dumbo. Oh yeah, you can't have a crow. You can't have a fucking crow that has a black accent. This is like getting rid of all the black faces or the non-white faces out of the grocery store. Yeah, way to go, woke. We know what you're really about. You want to get rid of Song of the South? Could it be? Tiana is more acceptable because there's more white characters than there were in Song of the South?
Yeah, anti-racist so hard you actually ended up discriminating against representation. Well done.
So films like Dumbo, The Aristocats. Okay, I cannot. Ching Chong Chung Ching Hong Kong Kong. Yeah, I get it. Okay, that one I get. All right. And Peter Pan for what makes the red men red? Yeah, go yourself on that one.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the imagined versions of these cultures. They're not even supposed to be a representation of reality.
Can I be in charge of Disney now? So, by the way, because the next sentence is these movies now come with warnings on Disney Plus. Can I be in charge of Disney now so I can get rid of those fucking warnings?
Please. Like
Mary Poppins featured Julie Andrews as the titular nanny. That was the Blake Edwards film, and Disney's legend Dick Van Dyke as Bert. Just freaking legend. The movie also starred Tomlinson, George Banks, blah blah blah, yada yada. There you go. Did you know that Mary Poppins contain nobody? Does there comments that say, "Are you
how?" Again, just to be clear, you took issue with a phrasing that has not been used in the way you're taking an issue with since the 17th century. That is 400 years of history that has elapsed from there to there, and it would have been 350 some odd years since even when the movie was made. What in the and I just want to point this out. The character who mentioned it was a ex-sailor of some description.
Yeah.
So is it possible he might have been using it in a nautical or naval context? Because you know, sailors do have a tendency to keep somewhat archaic slang around in different contexts, you know.
Let me see.
It's like an article I saw a couple years ago saying that chimney sweep scene was blackface, and it's like, no, it's, if anything, it's class face, because they're like making themselves look poor on purpose. God damn it.
Everything colored black is racist now. Did Mary Poppins reveal too much of her bloomers? Only in the movie SOB. Let's see. Maranya says Hottentots. What the ever-loving? What modern audience will even know what that? I know, right? If
people with doctorates in offense taking, basically.
If this kind of thing didn't point it out, nobody would know. Nobody would know.
Like, that is such a rarefied. It's not even a rarefied racial thing. It's a rarefied piece of slang that was being used by a character who was a sailor, who in turn, the naval the sailing subculture always has odd little quirks. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, even when the movie was set, even in 1910, when the movie was allegedly set, it was probably no longer even used in that context either.
Maranya saying, "Oh, geez, chimney sweeps being covered in soot because they did their job are now being equated to blackface." Remember when Mary Poppins was? It was just a few years back when she's putting on her makeup and it ends up being
City. Yeah. And again, if anything, that's poor face, not blackface.
How much research did these twat waffles have to do to dig that up? I know, right? They want to get rid of Gone with the... This is what I'm thinking. They're watching Mary Poppins, and they went, Hottentot? What's a Hottentot? And then they were like, they read it, and they're like, we've got something to complain about! That is an exact reenactment.
Got one.
They want to get rid of Gone with the Wind, which has the first black actress getting Best Supporting Actress award. Yeah, exactly. The supercalifragilistic expiala racism. That's what they're thinking is going on.
I don't. Like, how long is it going to be before they pretzelize their ideology so badly that they're actually taking issue with the interracial kiss on old Star Trek?
You know, it's actually okay to just sit on my shoulder. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. All right, I guess okay. So we got a little bit. I've got one and done Disney restaurants or the full list mini. You know what? Let's do both.
Yeah, why not? I need a moment to catch my breath after that academic grade stupidity.
Yep. Why not?
Weapons grade moron.
They want to get rid. Okay, I read that one. Let me share the next one. And we'll. I always like to save the food for the last. So let's go to the one and done restaurants. This is more me than anybody else, and I know. But I was wondering, do I actually agree with this list here? This is one and done Disney restaurants we don't need to try again. Now, I've got a list of my own. I'll make a list of my own, but I wanted to see, because sometimes you get it in your head, man. For the longest time, Disney is the sign of perfection. You know, they are supposed to understand that they don't get the bad night, or they shouldn't get the bad night. You know, you come down with your family. You haven't been in 10 or 15 years. This is your one chance. People have saved up a long time, thousands of dollars to come here. So in my opinion, they are not allowed a bad night. Before I move on, true fact, there are actually 2 versions filmed, the kiss between the kiss and her, one which shows the kiss and one which is implied. Usually it's the one that's implied because it almost happens and then they cut. Throughout the Walt Disney World resorts, countless table service restaurants, favorites to international delicacies available to guests. All right, let's get to it. Disney restaurants galore. And there are a lot of them. But the first one is Mama Melrose Restaurant. This is in Hollywood Studios, and it is obviously an Italian restaurant. Now, what happened to that lady happened to me here. I ordered the caprese. Thank you for teaching me how to say it, Maranya. And it came covered in onions. It was their own homemade Italian dressing. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't have this. I mentioned before it's covered. Yeah, I can't have onions. Okay. Well, this is our house. I said, it doesn't matter if it's your house or if it's homemade, whatever, or if it's bought and it comes in a bag. I can't have it. So they took it back. They bring it back and the onions were smaller. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if you're getting the point.
You're missing the point.
Just the balsamic across everything will be just fine. I don't need Italian dressing, or you can put it on the side for my wife. And I thought they would bring it back in a cup. Instead, they pour it on the side, and it's moved under the cheese. And yeah, I don't know how to reiterate this. I cannot have onions. Okay, so we get past the caprese thing, and I order my meal, in which I said, okay, are there any onions in this? And like I said, I like to have dishes that aren't quite there. So there was this beef dish, and I said, there are no onions in this? And she said, yes, it comes tons of onions. I said, yeah, I can't have onions. This has been a running this is not like you haven't, this is the first time you've heard it, because the caprese thing, they tried to poison me over and over, to the point where the manager came out to talk to me like I was the problem. So that's it. It's a beautiful restaurant. I like the I like being there. I liked the what I'm in is like, I like the atmosphere of it. It looks like you're like in an outdoor setting. They make the lights look like stars. It really just looks like you're in a nice outside cafe in Italy. It's really nice. The menus at Melra, it's Italian, blah, blah, blah. While there's nothing particularly wrong with the restaurant, the reviews are lackluster. The food and the atmosphere is great. Guests are better off enjoying a meal there once. And Hollywood Brown Derby is the best. The 50 prime time, that's next. And then the Sci-Fi Cafe. But yeah. If someone says aversion to X ingredient, the restaurant takes it to mean they don't. Oh, no, I say allergy. Yeah, I say allergy, like I said. But I do agree with this one. I will never go back there again. Be our guest. Oh, I talked about this already. It is good. It's not it's too expensive for what you get. This is the ballroom, by the way. That's the ballroom.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, see if I can't pop that up a little bit more. That is a beautiful restaurant. And if you go over here to the left, that's the West Wing. It is a gorgeous restaurant. And if you ever get the chance, yeah, I do recommend dining there. But for its price, I got to say it's it literally is a one and done. Okay, how do I get back to the text of the article? I messed up. Okay. How do I? There we go. All right. Let's see. Next up, we have the Sci-Fi Theater. Oh, no way. No, I disagree with this one. Okay. So, guys, the Sci-Fi restaurant, you see it right here. The cars are tables. It's looking at it. You're watching. It's basically the future, the 1950s cartoons and shows. Right. It is an episode of The Wonderful World of Disney. You see how it is, where the cars are the tables, and you see right off to the side here, they've got, well, let me see if I can't pop that one.
Right off the side, a really cool concept.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. I go with these over here to the side. I hardly ever get in the car unless it's just me and Gail. That
How's
way you
the
can
food?
see. But here you go. Okay. The food is TGI Fridays. It's Chili's. It's stuff like that. But
Well,
it
I mean,
really,
that's not bad.
no, it isn't bad. It's not great, but it isn't bad. But you're going to want to go back. It's just one of those things. It just is a lot of fun.
You're paying for the atmosphere and the concept. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. As you can see right here, I mean, it's burgers and fries, it's milkshakes, it's chicken fingers, it's, you know, but it's not basic.
The kind of stuff that the average person would enjoy eating. So
yeah.
And it fits the like 1950s retro futurists drive-in movie vibe. So
it says there's no disputing the immersive theming of the sci-fi dine-in theater. It's amazing, but the restaurant can be considered a one and done for the guests who don't want to watch the same loop of the sci-fi clips. I do, and maybe that's it. I love older Disney stuff, but there you go. The next one up is Ohana. I have never been, so I can't speak to this one. But what I've heard about this is because it is so popular and it is so busy. It's basically like, yeah, can I get some stuff? Here you go. And they're like running, and then they throw your check down all in 10 minutes. You know, they really rush you out the door. And a lot of people have been complaining about it. Whispering Canyon Cafe? No. Oh, no. Dalton, I'm going with my cousins. As a matter of fact, I've been here before. And instead of going to a new restaurant with my cousin before we leave, I recommended this one. This is an all-you-can-eat barbecue shack. It's in the Fort Wilderness Lodge, which is the most beautiful of all lodges, and the Disney Wilderness Lodge, excuse me. And the barbecue is all you can eat. You know, they bring skillets. Here you go. This is and you can basically, like, if you don't like the carrots, yeah, don't bring me the carrots. Don't bring me this. Can you bring me more chicken? Can you bring me more ribs, pulled pork, mashed potatoes? Can I get some barbecue sauce or some gravy for they will help you out. I even had the plant-based and it was good. This is a good restaurant. The problem is that some people, oh, well, hold on here. I think they're saying it. While there's no denying that the food at Whispering Canyon is delicious, sometimes the antics of the servers can get a little much, and the restaurant setting is loud for smaller parties. I disagree. It's fun. The wait staff is allowed to joke around and insult and be fun.
Well, that's got to be at least some of what you go for when you're going to Disney, because again, immersion and theming are probably the two most important things.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable restaurant to go to. I like it. Let's see. For example, I'm averse to green peppers if they're chopped fine and cooked. I'm good. Lime products, including lime oil, are no fly zone for me. My favorite pie, key lime. I bet they don't have that in India.
Yeah, because you're a Floridian.
I know, right?
If your favorite pie was something other than key lime, I was going to call bullcrap.
Okay, here's Chef Mickey's, and I don't know what they're about to say, but I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm going to disagree with them. So Chef Mickey's is a large open-air dining room. You can see it from the monorail, by the way. It's a buffet. It's got brightly colored accents, sweeping views of the Disney Resort concourse that guests can enjoy throughout their meal. One of the biggest draws for the restaurant is the opportunity to meet favorite characters. Yeah, and they're in their chef outfits. You get Mickey, you get the Fab Five, basically, or six if you include Disney or Daisy. You get Pluto, Goofy, Minnie, Mickey, and Donald, and sometimes Daisy.
Does the person who wrote this article just not like theming? Also, you forgot to screen share again.
Oh, whoops. Okay, let me get this screen share up.
But
I
yeah,
don't have it?
It's not.
How about now?
There it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is the kind of cuisine you get. It says it features. Okay. It's open for daily breakfast. Do not go to breakfast. Do not go. If you get to Disney, Go to breakfast. You will spend so much money on the shittiest of foods. I mean, if it's your, hey, we're going to see Mickey Mouse and all that, if you don't mind them in their chef's outfits, okay, you win. But the food is so horrible. You can literally spend money on an Uber to take you to Golden Corral and get better.
Here's a question. Where would you go for breakfast on Disney property? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, shoot.
Because I really like breakfast food, so this is a question I would need to know
if
the
you
answer
can get to Chef,
if
you can get to Disney Springs, go to Chef Art Smith's. That's where I would go. They've got Grand Floridian Cafe actually serves a brunch, so you don't have to wake up so early. And they've got a chicken and waffles that was very good. I actually have some pictures. I should do a review of it. That's very good. I do like that. That's in the Grand Floridian Hotel. The by Ohana's is Kona Cafe, and they've got their monkey bread and their Tonga toast, which is incredibly good. Yeah. So but this is horrible food that they know people don't care about because they're there for the characters. Yeah. But lunch is okay. Lunch is okay. But to me, Chef Mickey's is a one and done. I'll never go back because of the bad food. Next up is the Tusker House, to which I will say, you are out of your freaking gourd. The Tusker House is in Animal Kingdom. It's in Africa. The popular location welcomes guests into an African marketplace where the beautiful theming and details can be found all around, truly making them feel as though they have traveled across the world to the village of Harambe. Guests who dine at Tusker House also have the unique opportunity of meeting Disney characters, including it's the Fab Six again, who are decked out in their safari gears, just as you see here.
Yeah. Again, right. I must ask the question: does this person just not like theming?
I know, right?
Because everything on this list so far has been the food is good and the atmosphere is good and blah blah blah, but the theming, and it's just like, no, I want the theming. Gives to me the theming, please.
This is some of the stuff you'll get. As you can see, it's got the beef, the chicken, and it's all it's all got spices and such that are from Africa.
Because African food,
yep.
And
they don't over spice it because they know we're not African, you know. But
yeah, we don't need our mouths to melt off when we try the food.
While the theming and chance to meet favorite characters is fun at Tusker House, the high preset prices make this table service restaurant in Disney Animal Kingdom. It is expensive, but this is the food is really good. So many of the dining locations that have character meet and greets, they let their food go. Tusker House does not. It's very, very good. There's another one called Terrellini. It's on the boardwalk, and it's Italian, and you get to meet the Rapunzel characters. That's good too. But yeah, so many. Give me Chef Mickey's for dinner by that picture, says Maranya. I know, right? That was pretty good. But there you go. Those are one and dones. I agree with some of them. I want a tier list. I think that'll be. I want to tier list the restaurants I've been to since I'm coming to an end here. I'm gonna go to Boma with Pixel next week. And then my cousin and I are going to go to Whispering Canyons, which I've already been to. But if he wants to, there you go. I would prefer to go somewhere I've never been, just so I could tag that on.
Right. And
then I was talking to the family. I was like, hey, okay, we're going to go one last before we leave on Thursday. There's a Monday. We'll go to a Disney restaurant. And I said, we've never been to Sebastian's. We've never been to the Hard Rock Cafe, not the Hard Rock, but the House of Blues. We've never been here. We've never been there. And they go, I want to go back to Cape Mays. I liked Cape Mays. Okay. Well, it's a seafood buffet. So there we go. I'm going to go back. African and most hot climate food is heavily seasoned so that you'll sweat and cool down. Most places in the U.S. don't need those intense spices for that reason. Hey, I'm Floridian. I love spice. My wife doesn't. That's why I'm going to Boma Cafe with Pixel and not my wife.
Yeah, I spice with me is like it has to actually be part of the flavor. I don't want to be so buried in spice that I can't taste anything else, if that makes any sense.
Oh, I get it. I get it. And you do want that. I think good. 1 hour. I've got a couple of auctions and I was like, wait, am I missing my auctions? No, I've got an hour. This is 120 Fantastic Four comics, which if I don't get, I'm going to try for 120 Moon Knight comics. He's selling them by title now. But there is 140 Silver and Bronze Age GI Combat and Army at War comics. But that's $418 right now. So I'm going to not bid on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's Batman, which has animated Batman as well. I don't know if I should go for it, but that's in an hour. We'll be done by then. Okay. One last, we always do this. I'm not going to be able to partake, but I'm still going to go through a wish list. The Flower and Art Festival's coming up. And like all festivals, they learned, hey, we could do food every time. Because it used to just be the food festival, food and wine. But then they discovered, wait,
but as long as we can vaguely tie the theming to the food, then it
what
works.
if we keep this open for, for all of the festivals? So we keep the food booths open. Well, some people will be dumb enough to buy them. I stopped being that dumb. I might try one or two, but if I try too many, I start thinking, wait a second, I should be sitting down in a nice air conditioned. Yeah. What's the difference than me buying 5 things at $10 than me going and buy a $50 steak from Le Cellier? So instead of doing that, but I still like looking at what they have to offer. So I figure, what the hell? Side topic: if you want a good hot sauce with spice and proper heat, not blow off your face, get Valentina's. Why would you want a hot sauce that doesn't?
Because of the aforementioned, I actually want to taste the ingredients in the food and not just.
When I go to Thai restaurants, I say hot, and sometimes I got to admit I'm not into Thai hot, but most of the time, give me Thai hot. Burn me down. Yeah. The best there were 2. We went to Mexican restaurant around the corner, and they gave me a pepper that Thai food always gets me. And at Disney's Epcot, by the way, there was a Mexican restaurant, and I said, look, I said, here's the thing. Anytime I go anywhere and they say we have something spicy, it's a little bit, it's really not spicy. I said, this is a Mexican restaurant. You have to have something that's really, really hot. And the guy goes, oh, you think you're okay with really, really hot? And he brings this stuff. And I kid you not, I was like, okay. And he gave me some chips, and he says, try a little. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing an Indian accent for this. Whoa, holy and the thing is though, I put a little bit and I started dipping my meat into it, and as the meal went on, it would be like a little bit, and then after a while, it was like, and the guy's like, how are you doing this? The Mexican was kind of surprised because I'm literally licking the bowl. It was so good. It was hot as.
Do you have taste buds anymore? Because
I require bold flavors, sir.
Typically, people who like spicy food are people who no longer have much of a palate for taste buds.
I require bold flavors in my foods. Valentina hot sauce to accent your dish, not one to blow your face off. That being said, I love hot and sour soup. And that's good. That is good. Okay, the last thing we're going to talk about today, we're getting, usually we keep it around an hour and a half. You mind going over a little bit?
It's fine.
Okay. All righty. And this is the full list of all food and food booths at the 2024 Flower and Garden Festival. I love the topiaries. I miss the topiaries. I want to go back. I was telling Gail, we're driving around property. This is how I knew that the castle wasn't burned down. We're driving around and I said, I hate the politics of Disney, but I love being at Disney. I do. I like being at Disney Springs. I like being at the Magic Kingdom. I like being at Epcot. I love being at Animal Kingdom. I can tolerate Hollywood Studios. It's Disney Springs, I just love being there, I'm going to miss it. 20 outdoor kitchens are coming to this year's event. And here we go with the menus. The first one is The honeybee, I guess they're not going to tell us. Bambi topiary. They don't have the thing, but it's got honeybee, the honey bistro hosted by National. Okay, there you go. And it's got a pineapple promenade, something called Florida Fresh. You're not going to describe them, dude. And the swirled showcase, which I'm guessing that's the pineapple promenade.
Mm.
You see it? Or did I forget to share again? No. Who did we just pick up?
I don't think we picked up anybody. It glitched out for a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard a little boop. All right, where is it? Here we go. Hey, Elizabeth, did you just order dinner? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about it after I do this. Okay, I know, right?
I'm glad I'm not the only one who gets made hungry every time we do this.
I know. I should have checked to see if this describes things, because I want to know if you're only going to show the refreshment port. That looks like this is the Northern Bloom, the Lala Sea. We don't know. Oh, this is Coconut Trey Lychees. I love Trey Lychees. Then we have the Tangerine Cafe with the Magnolia Terrace, the Beaumark Farmers Market, the Refreshment Outpost. Okay. What are we doing?
You sure you don't mean Tres Leche?
I'm pretty sure if I spoke Spanish more properly, I would.
Okay. Because I was trying to place what that meant for a second, and then I was like, oh, he means the 3 milk cake that is famous for Mexico and other Spanish speaking places.
Hold on just a second. I'm going to we are experiencing technical difficulties. Okay, let's see. The outdoor kitchens.
I am sorry, Maranya, that you cannot enjoy coconut. I love coconut. Coconut's awesome.
Okay. Let me do this all over, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Oh, I am sharing it. Okay, I was like, yes. I thought since I went to a different thing.
No, you're fine. You're still sharing.
All righty. So here we got Brunch Cot near Test Track. View the menu, and we have avocado toast with marinated tomatoes, plant-based cheese crumbles on toasted ciabatta, a biscuit and gravy with Impossible chicken fried steak, and fried cinnamon roll bites with cream cheese. I would get the desserts, even though this. I mean, that looks great. The avocado toast with all those vegetables, and the
cinnamon
edible
roll
flowers.
Bites.
Yep.
Cinnamon roll bites for me.
The Impossible, it's impossible to believe that shit's meat. That is how I view the Impossible anything. Next up, we have Epcot's Farmer's Feast near the Test Track. Let's see what this has got. It's got some veal loin with some spring pea risotto, featuring Ben's Original. You got a strawberry rhubarb upside down, and then you've got a grilled street corn on the cob with savory garlic spread, plant-based cheese. Yeah, I like street corn, by the way. What are they showing off? Oh, view summary. What is this? Oh, okay. And I guess this is the tort. Was that? Yeah, that looks good, man. I like this kind of thing because usually it's not too sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I like. Citrus blossom at the Odyssey with an orange sesame tempura shrimp, lemon meringue. That's what we're looking at here.
Yum.
Yeah, that is just awesome.
Tempura shrimp. You had me at tempura shrimp.
Tempura shrimp. Orange sesame tempura shrimp. So with an orange chili sauce as well.
Ooh.
And an orange lemon smoothie. By the way, Florida leans heavily into the orange as well as key lime.
Yeah,
Florida,
citrus, all the citrus.
That farmer's market feast. Give me the peach dessert. Faux show, says Maranya. All righty. Florida Fresh near Disney Traders. Nourish yourself with flavorful fare made with healthy ingredients, fresh from the garden. We got the grilled warm lobster tail with key lime butter, which is always good. Cubanito, yes. Mojo marinated pork belly, ham and Swiss cheese, pickles, and stone ground mushrooms. That sounds good.
I will stop you when you get to something I don't want.
And then a Florida strawberry shortcake. Dude, I'm in for the lobster tail, but a good Cuban is amazing.
I think I'm just gonna yes to all that entire sequence there. Like, There's
All
nothing
right,
on that list that I don't want.
The refreshment outpost between China and Germany, and this isn't all. It's always there. But for the thing, they got seasonal fruit parfait, sweet chili sauce, and mango Dole Whip. Sweet chili sauce?
Why would
fruit parfait?
Yeah, I'm confused about that.
And an ice cream float.
Still would probably be willing to try it because
by the way,
I'm
Bark's
not
Red
turning
Cream
down
costs
anything.
$30. Okay, this is the parfait. You see how it's on top? It's got sweet and savory. That does not look appetizing to me. The refreshment port near Canada, once again, that's always there. And this has got plant-based, and I'm out. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in that kind of stuff. Wait a second, that's it? You got to have more booze than this. Come here. I'm failing on this, man. What is going on with only a few booths? They said 20. They said 20. So I'm, will you complete a brief search? Sure, I'll complete a brief survey so long as you get me to, nope, I meant after. But yeah, I was wondering, where's the, where's what I'm looking for?
Where is the info?
Where's the 20 of them? I would expect Disney and International Flyer. There you go. The Garden Grays. Enjoy the savor. I'm sorry, guys. I thought that they would have more, but no, that is what they have. They said 20.
They had enough to make me hungry, though. So
I know, right? There's some decent stuff there. There's some decent stuff, but I was expecting the full menu around the world. Didn't get it. Little disappointed. I was trying to go there and not like to. I was trying to go straight to Disney instead of going to like the Disney food blog. I'm not the biggest fan of Disney food blog because they are absolute. How can I say this kind? Shills is good. Shills is good. Yeah, that is. Really? But nope. Bum bum. Oh, these got Primavera Kitchen with and these got you've got the bocconcini. This is I guess Italian mozzarella bocconcini, grape tomatoes, and with a pesto sauce. And then you got arrabbiata from Italian, panetta pasta, spicy tomato sauce, and buttery shrimp. I never usually go to the Italian because it's always so easy to get to. This one's got pictures, which I prefer. This is Magnolia Terrace with a muffaletta panini, spicy chicken gumbo, and banana bread. Shit, yeah. I'm going for that banana bread.
Yeah, banana bread and gumbo, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that gumbo looks pretty good too. I would have to look and is there onions in it? But that panini's not bad.
The eternal question is, are we going to poison eglantine with this?
Yeah. La Isla France. May we go to France and try the impossible Jamaican? No, this ain't France. Oh, Fresca, the impossible Jamaican beef patty. It's impossible to believe that's beef. And then the coconut tres leches, or however you say it. Vanilla cake, oat almond. I would go with this one. It's the only one. Fake meat tastes like fake meat to me. I remember we got this cake one time, and it was a vegan cake, and I gave it to Gail. Says it's on camera somewhere. And I say, so what do you think? She goes, well, nothing milk and sugar can't solve.
Yeah, that's about right. Wait, hold on. How could you do a tres leche cake without dairy? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I'd love to have lemon butter, not key lime butter, but lobster is okay to me. Give me blue crab any day and twice on Sunday.
The whole reason tres leche cake is called tres leche cake is because there are 3 milks in it.
I guess I wasn't sharing it, so let me share it here. Okay, sorry about that, Maranya. Next up, we're going to Farmers Market. Okay, I think this is different than what we were read to, but we got potato pancakes with house-made applesauce. I All right, I'm not seeing that one, but we got a toasted pretzel bread, top of Black Forest ham and melted cheese. Oh, I am all over that. Give me a pretzel covered in cheese and ham. Yeah, hook me up to a freaking heart attack.
I'd probably have it without the ham. I don't really like ham that much.
And then the warm cheese strudel right here. I'm good. That is,
Cheese
that's
strudel.
where I'm going.
Yeah,
right there.
that'll do.
That's $10.75 worth of a pretty damn good snack. I don't mind. Look, I'm okay with this. These are decent prices. Makes me wonder, am I on the right page? Is this 2024? Or did I get an older one? No, that's 2024. Holy crap. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Let's go down to the Northern Blossom or Northern Bloom in Canada. Now they usually have a cheese soup, and this time they got seared scallops, with French green beans and marble potatoes, and that's what you're seeing here. And bacon vinaigrette. Oh. Beef tenderloin tips with mushroom, bordelaise sauce, whipped potatoes, and garden vegetables.
Yes, please.
And then the chocolate maple whiskey cake. And everything on this will cost you about $20. I'm seeing it'll be $15 for the 2 meat dishes, and then $4.50 for the chocolate maple whiskey cake. That's actually not that bad. Maybe they. I'd probably get 2 of the cakes at that point. In that case. But yeah, that actually looks filling. I mean, because a lot of times I stopped wanting to go because all the portions were incredibly small, but the prices were incredibly high. It looks like they've changed, because that looks like a portion that would actually fill you up. Tres Leche cake, you could use almond, say in oat milk. I wouldn't guarantee it tastes good, but you could do it.
I suppose so. It's something that doesn't mesh in my brain, because again, the cake is named a 3 milk cake.
Yep. Are you seeing the menus now? I want to make sure. Okay,
yes,
good.
We're seeing it. It's fine.
Okay, let's move down. I love looking through this thing. I am so. Oh wait, once again, that's. Oh no, I'm sorry. There we go. All right, and next up, we have the Honey Bistro, which we talked a little bit about. Now we actually get to see. Chicken and waffles, a honey sweet cornbread waffle with whipped honey butter and spicy honey. And
yes,
I guess that's right here. And then the honey glazed cauliflower. And that's with honey roasted carrot puree, wild rice pilaf, spring vegetables, honey blistered grapes. Of the 2 of them, I'm going for the cauliflower.
Honestly, I wouldn't turn down anything there. Honey is one of those things that you put it on anything and it becomes at least arguably good. Yeah,
Maranya's saying the same thing we did. Give me the whole Canadian menu. But on this one, I guess both of them wouldn't be bad. If I had to choose one, it would be the cauliflower, though. The chicken and waffles looks dense.
I would take the chicken and waffles because, like I said, I like breakfast food at the best of times, and I've never turned down chicken ever.
Okay, now I think they said in Pineapple Promenade, these are just a few of the menu booths, and at this year's in total there will be 20. That's a lot of eats. Disney also confirmed that over 70 new menu items are coming, and this is the pineapple one. This is very simple: a pineapple hot dog and a Dole Whip. There you go. So I guess this was all that was available to them. But yeah, there you are. Some decent stuff coming. I'm good with it. Yeah, I don't know what to say after that. It is just I dig on.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Maranya. Honey is good on just about everything. So yeah.
There we go. Walt Disney.
It's even good in alcohol form. I love mead. Mead is awesome.
Oh, here we go. But there you go, guys. Spring blossoms at the 2024. I'm gonna miss this. I have to admit.
Question. Have you looked at where you're gonna be in Indiana to see if there are any theme parks nearby where you'd be living there?
I haven't exactly looked for theme parks. That hasn't been done yet. We're really,
I mean, Busch Gardens or Six Flags or maybe something like that would be there, I would imagine.
Yeah, we basically focused on a place to live.
Right, but you ate, slept, and breathed a theme park for several theme parks for however many years. So why don't you look around and see if there is a local theme park there?
Yeah, I will. I guess that's something to look forward to.
If nothing else, it gives you an excuse to do the homegrown tourist thing all over again with the restaurants and the attractions and reviews and things like that.
Yep. All right, let me get rid of this. There we go. But that's it. That's what we got to talk about today. And it's been a long time. I'm going to cut these down and make them into individual videos as well.
And I am very hungry because someone insisted on making me hungry. So now it's time for us to go off and eat. Probably.
Are you telling me that you decided to calm down at the very end? That's it? You're tired now?
That is what he is saying. He played the entire live stream long, and now he is tired. If
you watch the bird, and when he's standing and he's all thin and skinny, he's not relaxed. Now he's kind of squat. He's poofed. He's relaxed. He's ready to chill. And it took him an hour and 45 minutes to do that. I know, because I got him out right before we started.
Maranya is asking for a specific menu, and she is quite insistent on the matter.
Do I still have it open? If I still have it open, Maranya, I can look it up. Flower Garden food menus 2024, Disney food blog. We were looking at Disney food blog, Disney parks. Let me see if I can't find the menus. Which one was she looking for?
The Primavera menu.
Let's see. This is the Florida Fresh. We saw that. That's the refreshment port. Northern Bloom. This was the Canada. La Isla Fresca. And this was the Tangerine Cafe, flavors of Medina, Mediterranean flatbread with shamula, roasted vegetables, artichokes, olive leaves. That doesn't look like what that is, but that looks like the orange blossom saffron cake. And then we have the Magnolia Terrace, the gumbo. Oh, with a closer look, that does look good. But I'm seeing onion right here and here. This sandwich looks really good. Let's see. This was the Balmer. And this is the chili thing, the parfait.
Mm.
Okay. Oh, what was this? This new? Impossible farmhouse meatballs, soy glazed sticky ribs, and chocolate mousse terrarium. By the way, this tastes like a stable, like a horse's stable. We've had this.
Oh dear.
This was horrible. The chocolate is horrible. Citrus blossom. That's the meringue.
How do they screw up chocolate?
It's plant based. Brunch cut, the avocado toast, the biscuit and gravy, and the fried cinnamon. So obviously you skip the chicken because it ain't chicken. Epcot's Farmer's Feast with the veal tenderloin, spring pea risotto, and then the strawberry rhubarb upside down cake. Holy crap! Yeah, I'll go for that. Farmer's Feast.
Yes, that will do.
These are new, actually. Springtime menu: seared scallops with tomato risotto. Excuse me. And then we have blueberry buckle. Oh, I love a good buckle. And
again, if I was to go, I would have to do one day that was just desserts.
Yeah. Well, what you do here, like say you and I went to Epcot and we went around the food market and all, what we would do is we would share.
Mm-hmm.
That way, you don't get too full.
Right.
You try everything. If there is something you love, obviously it's like, nope, this one's mine. Get your own. but for the most part, you share. That way you can taste everything.
Because
no, the one with the better
with desserts, I think I would need seconds or thirds of both things.
Dalton saying the same thing I was thinking. And how the heck do you make a plant-based chocolate? There you go. Give me just a sec, Maranya. This is the summer solstice. And this was the seared pork tenderloin, the corn risotto. And then we've got a peach galette with ginger vanilla whipped cream. Oh, that is so good. That looks good. This peach galette, that looks awesome. That was the grilled street corn we were talking about.
Probably just swapping out the milk in the milk chocolate for soy milk. I mean, cacao is a plant in and of itself, so it shouldn't be that hard. Let
me find what Maranya was actually looking for, though, because apparently this is not it. So we went to WDW, I think. That was... Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and which one was it? The
Primavera, I believe.
We got the... Actually, these are all of them. This is all new as well. So Lotus House. Primavera. What are we looking at? We had... This is a different one. I can't expand it. Bocconcini. Arrabbiata. Quattro Formaggis and chocolate cannolis. $7.50, $9.25. Wow. This is different as well because I can't expand the picture. But what did you need to know about? Arrabbiata, panetta, pasta, spicy tomato sauce with buttery shrimp for $9.25. Mozzarella bocconcini, grape tomatoes and pesto sauce for $7.50. Chocolate cannoli for $5.75. And quattro formaggi panetta, pasta, and 4 cheese sauce for $6.75. There you go. But yeah, looking good. I'm sad. I'm kind of sorry I'm not going to make it. I like these festivals. I like going around the booths and everything. But there you go. That being said, thanks for hanging out, Eric and Maranya and whoever that third person is. And Dalton, I appreciate you coming on and talking for 2 hours, man.
Yes, and now it is time for me to go and engorge myself with food because
we have to get something to eat. Yep. All righty, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. And remember, have a zippity-doo-dah day.
Cheers, guys.